What's going on? It's your boy SB. All right, so I wanted to talk about an email that I received at the job. You feel me? It was a normal day around 6:45 in the morning. I'm over there just doing what I do, running my site. And then all of a sudden, I got an email I ain't like. So this email came up, you feel me? And I'm reading it because I started getting messages from people. Hey, you see the email? Hey, you see the email? I'm like, oh, snaps. Here comes some more layoffs. But it wasn't no layoffs. What it was, we basically got a call in our department, and it was a call for MET for like 2 months straight, or is a month and a half, something like that. But the numbers, it said from this date to this date. I ain't added up because it seemed too long. And I can't read the email word for word, but what it said, it was something along the lines of, hey, everybody, guess what? You feel me? Y'all working overtime forever. That's what it felt like. The reason that it was stated that we were working a nice amount, that we were about to work a nice amount of overtime, was due to the fact, I guess they didn't hire enough people, yada, yada, yada. All of that, it didn't even really matter to me. Honestly, I was low-key happy. And I was telling some of the other people that hit me up, like, listen, yeah, that sucks, but at least this is a big deal. Why is this a big deal? To me, this is a big deal. I'm actually one of the first people who was tracking layoffs with Amazon a year ago. I'm the first person on the internet that called it out. But the reason why, to me, this is a big deal and why this is good news for our department, and not just my department, this is something on the last live, the live before that, so many people was on there like, yo, we got VET, we still getting overtime, yada, yada, yada. Even if you don't work in Amazon, if you have a job where you're getting overtime right now, this is, to me, a great sign, especially with Amazon. With this recession, I made videos about it and all that. I believe the layoffs is not done because our head count was still way over, we still way over head count. But also, I said the thing that we really need to pay attention when this happens, I think that's going to be the determining factors when they press the button. When media and they, in the shadows, when they like, hey, cuckoo, when they give the call to media to press that propaganda button about the recession, that is when it's going to be the big test, because the only way we work in Amazon is if the consumers spend the money. Consumer spending has been slowly falling. American savings, all-time low. Americans' credit, all-time high. Debt, all this stuff. Everything is a perfect storm to what it looks like to me for people to start pulling back the dollar. But somehow we still have overtime. That is amazing news, because I'm calculating. You feel me? I calculate and I watch. You know that. With these layoffs, been calculating. My calculations told me, hey, there's no way we can avoid a layoff. People from all over the country, well, AWS, but AWS had layoffs. Well, Amazon numbers, but Amazon had layoffs. So as I'm over here calculating, this is a great thing, because if we can go through a recession with overtime, you feel me? We went in. I mean, if we can go through a recession with regular time, we winning. You like, what you mean? Why you say that? I looked at the past recession before everybody else was doing all this stuff. I got a video about it. It's called The Scariest Article of 2008. When I first started seeing how this layoffs in the economy was going to be, I said, well, hold on, this happened before. Let me see what happened back then. And back then, there was a lot of jobs to where, again, people wasn't work. First off, it was crazy layoffs. Also, a lot of people weren't getting their full-time hours. A lot of people were having part-time hours. And I think even if we get part-time hours in this recession is going to be different. So even if we had to go through this recession with part-time hours and still having our job, I still think that'll be beneficial. But right now, for where we're at, I think this is a really good look, because there's hundreds, and I mean hundreds of jobs closing down, hundreds of buildings of companies closing down. And you want to know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the world shutdown during that time with that little virus that was out there. This reminds me of that. You want to know how important and how critical that time was for me working at Amazon? That was one of the things that helped put me in position to get a home. During that time, a gang of jobs closed down during that time. But Amazon was open. Like I said before, the ship of Amazon made it through that storm unscathed, actually thriving. Is that going to happen this time around? I don't think so. I ain't even going to lie to you. I think once they press the button, it's up. Not just for Amazon, for all these companies. I think once they press the propaganda button, I did a whole vlog on that. Check it out. It's called, Are They Pressing the Recession Button? Something like that. But that's why I think this time right now that we're in is pivotal. It is key. It is critical to set us up for success, to set us up for preparedness for the recession. All this VET, y'all ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna spend some of it because I'm going to Vegas. Yes, it's all about still saving your finances, paying off debt, and having a financial cushion. That's a fact. I know. But you feel me? I got some birthdays coming up and we going to Vegas. But you feel me? Besides that, if you're in a building and you're working overtime, please save your money, or at least be smart with it and know what you're doing. At least don't be in debt and have something saved up just in case. But this is a great position to be in because we're in June. Like me, I think my VET call was for like 2 months. You feel me? A month and a half, 2 months straight of overtime. And think about it. We're in June, July, August. After that, after those 2 months, 2 more months, we almost stepping in the peak. So we can make it through these next 4 or 5 months with regular work or overtime, and we can slide in the peak, which is another 3 months. Man, we may be in good shape, but I wouldn't count on that. But hopefully, like I'm saying, it don't look as grim in my eyes now, but also we still have the variable of what's going to happen once they push that recession button, and the propaganda that will really believe that is going to move the needle on consumer spending. Why do I say that? Look at the data from the last recession and the same thing happened. So yes, I'm finna do like 2 months of overtime straight. I'm with it, no complaints. Also, when it comes to corporate, the dope thing about it for our overtime days, we get to work from the house. You feel me? So it's not really that bad. But if you guys still have overtime, drop it in the comment section. Do you have overtime at your building or do you not? And listen, another thing, you want to know what else happened during the shutdown with Amazon that I thought was noteworthy and is going to happen again? It already is happening. A gang of people, when everything shut down and Amazon was one of the few open, you want to know what happened? A lot of people, you feel me, prestige and people that was high up in other companies, they was stowing, they was packing, they was there in Amazon. Now listen, it's going to be a lot of people flood in my opinion, to Amazon. Look at how many businesses are closing. It's a lot. I'm going to do a vlog on it. I've said that like 5 times, but it's coming. The Storm Part 2 is coming. Go watch the Storm Part 1 to catch up. But this week, I'm going to do that one just so I can catch you guys up. But it's a lot of people losing their jobs. There's still a lot of layoffs going on. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of that. A lot more people flooding in from other jobs that lost their job into Amazon. And especially if Amazon's still floating during the recession, you feel me? It's going to be a whole lot of people coming in. So listen, this is not the job to be playing with your UPT, not a job to be playing on your job. Even when it comes to headphones and all that stuff, I know y'all be like, yo, I got one in, I be playing it safe. Hey, do you feel me? But I'm just saying, even though I've got months of overtime, even though a lot of buildings may have a gang of overtime, there's still facts out there that still need to be addressed and handled. And one of the main things that I think is at the top of the list, head count. Well, we got a crazy head count. And the way, in my opinion, all this is my opinion, all this is just, you feel me, I'm not a representative of the company, but when it comes to that, I think that head count is dropping, and it may not be through layoffs, even though I believe more layoffs will be announced. I think one of the ways, you feel me, is disciplinary, UPT, not making rate, messing up on quality, safety violations. As I've said a few times, I really wish we can see like a year to year of write-ups. I guarantee you it's probably 5 to 10 times higher this year than it was last year. And this is all my opinion, but the reason why I say that is because head count needs to drop. And can we really have a layoff in the warehouses if people are still buying stuff? No, you can't do that, because you need the manpower, you need the head count to push out the products being bought. But if we're still over head count and we can't cut the meat, we cutting the fat. So that's what it seems is looking like, where, corporate, the positions is not really bringing a return, or, you know what I mean? Like the fat being cut as close to the meat as possible. But I still believe that meat, you feel me, is going to be affected as well. Anyways, I'm just rambling. This is all my opinion, but I've had some pretty correct opinions since I've been talking about this topic. Leave your thoughts in the comment section, and also leave it in the comment section if you are working overtime. If you work at Amazon, if you don't, if you're working overtime, let us know. If you're not, let us know. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, be sure to hit the notification bell, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can be advised when I drop a new vlog. Yes, we go live every Thursday at 7 p.m. So if you want to tune in, chop it up, drop some comments, be sure to tune in on Thursday at 7 p.m. Yes, I'm also an artist. I go by the name of SB. Be sure to go check out my latest EP called Dreams of Motivation and my first project called Motivated. Those are on iTunes, Spotify, links will be in the description. Go run up the streams, go show your boy some support. And other than that, I'm gonna catch you on the next video. It's your boy SB. Let's go. I'm on my grind. 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 I get up, I get out and get to it. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. I get up, I get out and get to it. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind.